Welcome, lovely Aries, to your general timeless reading. I will begin your reading with crystal and turban seashell scrying, symbolic cards, tarot and oracle cards, and I also have a charm for you at the end as well. Of course, as spiritually led. Okay, let's go ahead and roll, lovely Aries, and see what Spirit has in store. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, all who are with me in the highest divine realms of love and truth, I ask that you please give me clear understanding, clear communication, and interpretation skills to bring forth the most loving, truthful information that Aries needs to know most. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, Spirit is really pulling me today on these stones because I've had them out in the moon, charging and cleansing and all that good stuff, and in the sun today. So, wow. Okay, who is Aries? Okay. And what is the, ooh, okay, Aries. Now, when I say this does not have to be romantic, okay? It can be, but it does not have to be. Absolutely not. I am seeing a third party situation here. Okay. This could be a coworker, this could be a family member, but what I'm seeing here is, and this could be a child as well, a child involved, because I am seeing a child. However, this could also be a job because when I see children, usually that's telling me some kind of job, project, research, school, some kind of hobby, something like that, that you would put a lot of your focus and attention into. Okay. So that could be the third party as well. So take this how it resonates. But Aries, you are coming through as a masculine energy. So that's work goal driven. Okay. Completing tasks, goals, um, marking things off the calendar, things like that. Okay. That's how I interpret the masculine energy. Now, what I'm seeing here is you have one eye open. You're not seeing something clearly. Now, to your left, and of course, down towards the floor is a small child. I would say approximately 2 years old. And this child has both eyes open, but it has its tongue out, like it's sticking its tongue out at something. I don't know what. Now, if this is a job, a project, school, something like that, it's kind of like where you have one eye open and one eye closed, not seeing something that's not working or it's not going per se in the right direction. It's kind of like um, if a computer breaks down and you think you know what you need to about a computer, but it's down to the nitty gritty, like down into the actual guts of the computer system that maybe you haven't been trained for. So it's like that would be the one eye closed, not having all the information about something. So then it's kind of like then the computer just like sticking its tongue out at you, like, no, this is not going to work. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Now, if this has to do with a job, a project, something like that, if this is a person, okay, there's someone who has been in your life, if it's not a child, someone who's been in your life approximately 2 years, okay, that is coming in between you causing some kind of issue and so between you and another person. Okay. And this other person's also coming in as a masculine energy. Again, it's not gender specific. Okay. Now, if this is a child, this can be telling me that there may be there's something going on here, not getting along. It's like this could be a co-parenting situation where you're not seeing something clearly. The other person has both of their eyes open, but they're almost squinted shut. So that doesn't really count for me. the way I interpret things as far as them having their eyes completely open. So it's kind of like if this is a child situation, there are two people that aren't seeing eye to eye on a situation involving the child, but the child is there's also something going on with the child. Doesn't mean the child's doing anything, okay? But there's something involving the child because of where the child's sticking its tongue out. It's almost giving me the feeling because the child is the only one of the three people that has its eyes open wide. So if this is a child, this could be a situation of where the child, even though it's so young, is seeing that there's disharmony between both parents if both parents are involved. This could be step parents. However, take this how it resonates for you. But there's definitely something going on here, either with a child or a project that's causing disharmony, Aries, between you and someone else, or causing disharmony. Okay, so it could be like something like this too. If this is a job or going back to school or something, it could be where you're putting so much focus into this that you're not seeing eye to eye. Like maybe this other person, whether it's an intimate partner, a family member, a close friend, you're not giving as much because you're having to focus more on work or focus more on school work or something like that too. But there's definitely disharmony that's coming through here in some form involving at least another person. And if there's a child involved, then it's involving three people, including yourself. Okay, Spirit, give me more about this, please. I know it's a lot, but this is a collective reading, so everyone's going to have a different situation here. Okay, right here. Okay, who is Aries? Okay, yeah, I definitely see someone. Okay, so it's like, first of all, Aries, you have your head sideways. Okay, that's telling me something's not in balance. You do have both eyes open now, and your mouth is open kind of like this. I call it like a donut mouth. But it's like kind of like that shocked mouth, like like you would see in a cartoon. Um, but you see something clearly now. And this other person, where there was distance before because their child was in the middle, right? Now there's no distance. This other person is like laying right beside you, but this person's head is sideways as well. This person also has the eyes open wide. And wow, okay, so what I'm getting here, and this person's mouth is shocked too. So it's almost like two people not seeing something clearly, not seeing eye to eye. There's whatever this child means, causing some kind of distance between two people. Okay. And now, and again, it doesn't mean the child itself, if it's a child, is causing problems. Okay. It's the situation around the child. Okay. But whatever this child means, it's causing some kind of distance, whether it's emotional distance, physical distance. For some of you, you might have to travel somewhere to work and you might have to leave the home. There may be physical distance, okay? Or there may have been some kind of separation, but causing some kind of distance here. Now, the fact that now I'm seeing there's no more distance because your head and the head of the other person are side by side. It's like cheek to cheek. There's no distance now. So that's telling me coming back together in harmony. But it's not balanced. It's like finding your way back to being balanced. Okay. Again, because both of you are looking shocked. For some of you, this isn't going to be for everyone, but there could be a few of you. It could be a situation of where maybe you walked away from a situation and you said, no, I'm not giving this another chance, something like that. Or that person did. Okay. But then all of a sudden, you find yourselves working things out. Okay. And again, this is not for everyone. Okay. Only for a few of you. I get it. But there's some kind of shock factor of two people coming back together in harmony, but needing to find a perfect balance. Because as you come back together, finding your way back to each other could be a coworker, could be a job. Having to find that balance again. It's almost like a shocked feeling of, wow, okay, now I'm doing this. Now I've got this job again. Or now I'm in this relationship, but now my life's not in balance. Now I've got to get everything back in balance again. That's what's coming through. There's a lot here. There's absolutely a lot. Okay. So it's going to depend, Aries, what timeline you're on as to how this is going to resonate with you. But there's definitely some kind of disharmony going on between you and someone else. And then the disharmony is resolved, either resolved in the sense of coming back into union with someone, or leaving a job and going back to that job, or leaving a job and obtaining a new job because the old job was bringing disharmony into your life. Okay. Spirit, please give me the top two cards for Aries. Please give me the top two cards for Aries. If this is a situation where there are two people co-parenting, but are no longer together, like in a romantic sense, it could be that even though you're not coming together in a romantic sense, you're coming to some kind of common ground, okay, about the situation with the child, okay? But there's still work to be done because it's not in balance, okay? You may be actually shocking yourselves if this is the situation, with as far as co-parenting. You may be shocked that you will actually be on speaking terms for some of you. That could be the shock. Coming together, working things out for the child, not per se for your relationship, but for the child. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Whoa, what is that? I never noticed that. There's an X on the back of this and two lines. I've never noticed that. I don't know if you can see that, but there's an X and two lines. Interesting. I can't make this up. Cannot make this up. Okay. So there's definitely some kind of turmoil going. Body, mind, soul, spirit, you. Yeah. Okay. So there's definitely something going on here with the relationship. Now, again, this does not have to be romantic. Okay. This other person can actually mean a job. It can mean school. It can mean, a coworker, a boss, a teacher. Take that how it resonates. But there's definitely some kind of relationship here where there's some kind of not seeing eye to eye on a situation because both people not seeing clearly about whatever the situation is about. Okay. All right, Spirit, Holy Divine, where would you like? Okay, here. Thank you. Okay, tell me more about this situation, Spirit. This is a lot. Okay. All of these? Yes. Okay. All right, tell me, where do you, what first? Which one first? Okay, Ace of Wands. And what do we have? Success, inspirational. Okay, so, or inspiration. Okay, so the Ace of Wands, and then which one next? Justice. Okay, Justice. Okay, we've got that. I'm going to go over what I feel in just a moment, and that leads us, whoops, with King of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like with what I was seeing in the crystals, with the Ace of Wands, this is that new beginning, okay, of a feeling that fire and that passion, okay, to move forward, to take action towards something, okay. But then we have the Justice card here, which is a big realization, okay, about a certain situation. But it's also, this could be something with the justice system. So again, this could involve an actual child for some of you. It could involve some kind of legalities, with something, okay. And it's like, I'm getting here, Aries, it's like wanting to move forward with your passion. Again, that child could be your passion, a new job, a new project, okay, school, something like that, that you're going to be putting your focus into. And you knowing that it's going to bring you into this King of Pentacles energy, if it's a new project or a new job, something like that, or at least you feel like if you put all your passion and your desire, because you might feel that tug or pull to do this, okay, and you might feel that if everything goes correctly in your in your favor, that it's going to really bring you some kind of success, whether it's money, whether it's happiness, whatever. But at the same time, it could be a situation of, because you had only one eye open, you're not seeing everything clearly. It could be a situation of not putting so much emphasis on whatever that child would mean for you, to where you're not realizing something about giving that other person the time that they need, or it's almost giving me, for some of you, again, not for everyone, but like a workaholic type energy. I'm a workaholic, so I get it. Okay. Like I could, as long as it's something that is my passion, I can work for days. I've done it before and didn't even realize it. I was like 3 days. I had no idea it had been 3 days. Did not know. And then my husband at the time, let me know, hey, it's been 3 days. And I was like, what? Yeah. So, because I was so passionate about a project I was working on. And it was like, that was my drive, my Ace of Wands, my passion. Okay. But I wasn't seeing the whole picture. I was seeing working towards my passion, but I didn't give myself any type of boundaries to stop at a certain time. I didn't set my alarm. I didn't do things that I should have done, because once I realized that, oh my gosh, I had been working for 3 days straight, which it wasn't really work, but for me, it was work. It was creating something straight for 3 days. Then I crashed and I felt like crap. Okay. I felt really, really bad. So, it had its effects on me. So I feel like that's what Spirit's saying here. It's kind of like, with the justice, the justice skills, and seeing your head sideways, not in balance. It's like it's going to be very important, Aries, that you keep a very, very good balance on those scales between your passion, your calling, your mission, whatever this is, and life itself. Okay. Um, it's like Spirit saying, don't forget about life itself while being on this mission or this journey. Okay. There's like, it's like something, it's like Spirit doesn't want you to miss out on something, something that's going to be very important, something very beautiful for you. And it's almost like Aries being called to do something for some of you, okay? Like being called and knowing you're being called for a certain mission, right? And you're so excited. You're just stoked to go towards that, right? To really step into that. And then you step into it and it's so exciting. It's so amazing. You just, it's like that's everything you live and breathe. But then you're not seeing the 3D stuff that you need to see. Okay. There needs to be some kind of balance. It's like Spirit saying, hey, yes, you need to be in alignment. Yes, you need to be in connection. Yes, you need to live your mission and be in the 5D mentality within consciousness, so much time during the day. But you also need to have an equal balance of being within the 3D too, whether that's communicating with friends, with family, or getting out in nature and enjoying nature, not just so focused. I feel like whatever this is, Aries, it's going to give you such a drive to move forward. It's going to be such a tug or pull that it's going to be very easy to almost detach from anything in the 3D, period. I feel like you're going to be so invigorated in this calling that you could easily be pulled away and miss things that you're supposed to see along the journey. Okay. Because it's going to be so fun. That's the best way I can say it. There's some kind of passion here that's going to ignite within you. And it is spiritually led. Yes, it is something from the divine. But the divine's just kind of like giving you caution here, Aries, that during the process, just to make sure that you allow yourself some downtime to this 3D. Okay. To experience the beauty within the 3D. Okay. Okay, Spirit, where would you like for me to go next? Here? Okay, thank you. Okay, what else for Aries? I have that one. And any more? Any more? Thank you. Okay, any more from this deck? No. Okay. All right, we have Eye of Darkness. Staying alert in the darkness of the night to discover hidden truths. Yeah, see, that's the one eye closed. Not seeing everything clearly. Spirit's definitely wanting you to be able to make sure that you find that good balance, okay? Because it's like having one eye strictly on the 5D and the other eye's closed. You don't see the 3D at all, okay? And Spirit's saying it's going to be very important to see both, to experience both, to, while you're working from the 5D to help humanity, realizing that you're also in the 3D. So although we're wanting to go and be in the 5D, we still are here to experience the 3D at the same time and gain some kind of closeness with humanity in the 3D to help bring them to the 5D, right? Okay, and then we have Sword of Courage. Courage is our weapon to cut through the obstacles that lie ahead. Love it. Love it. So, whatever this is that you're being called to do, and for others of you, if this is some sort of, again, some kind of co-parenting situation, just remember there justice will be served. Okay, it's just going to be important for you to find the correct balance. Okay, and when you find your balance, it's like everything else will fall into place. Okay, and Spirit's telling you that you're going to have the courage and the spiritual weapons that you need to be able to have that justice in your life. Okay, so there's no reason to fear, there's no reason to be afraid moving forward. Just have complete faith and trust in the divine, in God, and move forward courageously. You've got this. You've got this. And I'm really excited, Aries, about this new passion that's coming into you. This is great. I totally get it. I do. Look at this. Look, a horse. Okay, that's all about freedom and movement forward. See? You're getting ready to, it's not, look, this horse is literally like galloping, it's running. Okay, I'm telling you, whatever this passion is, those of you that this is your calling, whatever this is, you're going to be running towards it. It's going to be one of these things. You're not even going to be want to be in the 3D mentality whatsoever. Okay, it's going to be like you're going to feel so free doing this. Okay, you're going to want to run towards it, but spirits just saying, yeah, do that, but make sure in the meantime find that balance, right? Don't let this passion, because it's going to be so strong, let you dismiss important things in the 3D. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aries. This is very, very interesting. Kudos to you. This is awesome. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. Much love to you, Aries. And as always, find your miracle in everything, because if we look hard enough, we will find it. Much love.